hello. Thank you for joining us. My name is Wendy Fracchia. I am the group's manager for Murdock Escorted Tours, and I'm excited today to be joined by one of my very good friends and longtime tour host for Murdock Escorted Tours, Tim Taggart.
Good to see you, Wendy.
It's good to see you too. I was just saying, I think you've recorded more of these presentations for us than anybody else because your background is in not just church education, but in the audio-visual department. So I think it's always great to start these with you getting to do a little introduction because it seems crazy that people maybe haven't heard from you before, but so, if there is anybody new to Tim Taggart, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay, I'm delighted to be traveling with you on the Journey of the Apostles tour coming up in 2026. That's the purpose of this meeting. But I've been traveling for a very long time. I grew up on a dairy farm up in Cache Valley and served a mission in Australia. So traveled to start my first mission, and I've traveled to 123 countries so far. Since then, I traveled a lot for the church doing media for the church and have traveled a lot doing tours since the beginning. I started doing tours in 1983 and have been doing them for a very long time. It's been one of my summer passions, and since I retired, my part-time retirement gig that I enjoy thoroughly.
I always say we can't keep you on the road enough because you are truly probably the biggest travel junkie I know.
Could very
And
well
I,
be true.
I say that very affectionately. So, there it is such a blessing to be able to travel and especially to inspired places. Now, I'm going to let you do this presentation and I'm going to kind of sign off on this, but I just want to do a little thought on the other holy lands. It's kind of hard to define what the holy lands are. A lot of people say, "Oh, we want to travel to the holy lands," and to everybody, typically that means Israel, and of course that is like the main place of the holy lands. But we like to consider the holy lands any place that the Bible has come to life for us, place that scripture was written, place that the Savior has visited, that he has inspired and taught. And I think that the journey of the apostles obviously fits perfectly into one of our other Holy Land destinations other than Israel. And so, Tim, let's talk about the journey of the apostles. I'm going to let you share your screen and take over this presentation.
Super. Well, thank you. The Holy Land really is all of those places where anciently the apostles served and visited Jesus's apostles, where the early church grew, and this is a place that has many significant spiritual sites. The tour that's coming up in 2026. This is called the Journey of the Apostles because we cover the places where the apostles visited, served, taught, and are included in the scriptures, which is pretty significant. So we begin our tour. This is kind of a map of what the tour includes. We fly into Istanbul. On a pre-tour, we head to Cappadocia. Now, Cappadocia is one of the more interesting travel destinations in all the world. It's incredibly popular lately because it's so interesting. You'll notice in this photo the little holes dug into all the mountains. These are actual dwelling places, homes that they built in these caves. The hot air balloon that you see is a example of what we see, but we stay in hotels that are actually a part of these ancient cave dwellings, now modernized and beautiful for hotel stays. But this is one of the more incredible travel experiences of your life. The hot air balloons that we have an opportunity to go up in is just remarkable. Cappadocia itself, you'll see the group here in one of the important national parks, but there are cathedrals churches built into the rocks here with paintings dating back to the Byzantine period that are just remarkable. These are early Christian people who followed the apostles and who established Christianity extremely early. Cappadocians were there during the day of Pentecost, and the conversions start from that period in Cappadocia. Just a remarkable and incredible experience as we go back into history, as well as experience the travel experiences of modern life. From Cappadocia and our experience there, we are going to fly back. Notice there's a picture of us in the hot air balloon. You'll notice I'm over on the right with my big camera taking pictures. One of the things that I always do on tour, I love taking pictures, and I always share all of my pictures with the group afterwards. I mail out a thumb drive to everybody on the tour with all of my pictures from the tour. So it takes a little pressure off everybody to capture everything because I do it for you. But these this is almost undescribable. It's the most incredible thing you've ever seen. Following this, we now fly back to Istanbul. The group that doesn't do the pre-tour and doesn't do Cappadocia meet us there, and we begin our tour of Istanbul, one of the most remarkable cities. This was the center of Christianity for hundreds of years, and it has the tradition of both Christianity and the Muslim world. This is the Blue Mosque, one of the most incredible edifices in the Muslim world, and just beautiful and incredible. The Hagia Sophia started out as a Christian basilica, then turned into a Muslim church, and then became a museum. And it's a beautiful place. You'll notice the mosaic right in the center of that picture of Mary and baby Jesus in the center of this Islamic uh, edifice. It's just a remarkable place. We visit the Basilica Cisterns, an amazing discovery. It's been used in multiple movies, but it's just remarkable. And the pictures don't do it justice. We go to the spice market, one of the great cultural experiences of a lifetime. I mean, the smells, the sounds are so fabulous, just amazing. And the people, beautiful people, so interesting, so friendly. It's really a wonderful experience. From Istanbul, we head over to Izmir on the coast. Izmir is the ancient Smyrna. This is one of the seven churches that John in Revelation refers to, along with Ephesus and others. And the ruins there of the church in Smyrna are amazing. Then we drive down to Ephesus. Ephesus is one of the most wonderful locations in the ancient world. Uh, we visit, first of all, the Basilica of St. John. We think often of Paul because of Ephesians associated with Ephesus, but John traveled here, John the Beloved traveled here, and tradition has him traveling with Mary, the mother of Jesus, and her spending the end of her life here with John. John, of course, is sent down to the Isle of Patmos for a number of years and comes back. And Christian tradition has him, of course, dying here. We know that he didn't die, that he was translated. But this Basilica of St. John is remarkable, including the huge font for baptizing by immersion. From there, you can look down on this column, this pillar you see down there, that's the only remnant of the temple of Diana or Artemis, which remember from the book of Acts, this image of Diana that was in silver that Paul got into such trouble when he condemned the silver makers and caused such a controversy in Ephesus. But the ruins of Ephesus are so remarkable, just beautiful, and in such a fantastic condition. This is the library. Just it's the most remarkable place. What a great place to visit. One of the things I might mention is one of the most outstanding benefits of traveling like this with Morris Murdock are the wonderful people you meet. Some of the greatest people that you'll meet in your lifetime, and we'll make lifetime friends. That's one of the things that I love about traveling with Morris Murdock and the wonderful people that travel together with us. From Ephesus, we fly over to Athens and begin our tour in Greece. Athens, of course, with the Acropolis and the Parthenon, is one of the most iconic locations in all the earth, recognizable by people of all nations and cultures. From the Acropolis, you look down on Mars Hill. This is the place that uh, Paul preached the wonderful sermon to the unknown God. We have an opportunity of visiting Mars Hill. The Acropolis and Parthenon, of course, is one of the great locations that tourists visit from all over the world. And what a memory, what a beautiful and incredible experience it is to visit these ancient sites and to think about the fact that Paul himself saw some of these same edifices when he was alive. Down in the Agora, uh, which is the marketplace, uh, we get to visit places where Paul actually stood and preached. This is a speaker's platform, the Bema, where Paul preached when he was in the Agora in Athens. From Athens, we go out to Ulysses and Corinth. The Ulysses is the location of the mysteries, and it's one of the places I love to go because as Latter-day Saints, we identify so much with these mysteries, and you'll find a connection you find fascinating with the temple. But not that many tourists go here. It's very interesting. And then, of course, out across the Corinth Canal, which dates back centuries and connects the two seas there, right next to Corinth. Corinth itself is just a fabulous location as we get to see the temple of Zeus there in Corinth, the same place that Paul saw when he was there. The Bema, where uh, Paul actually defended himself in court, and the court, of course, found in his favor. The ancient Corinth is just a fascinating location. This is the ancient Acropolis. You'll read in Ephesus about the thousands of temple prostitutes that were up on top of this, the Acropolis of Corinth. From Corinth, we fly now to Rome from Athens. And in Rome, we get to visit the place where Paul was buried. We visit the Colosseum. Again, these places are places that are iconic in every area of the world, but the Colosseum is just remarkable. The Forum, the Roman Forum, again dating back to the time of Paul and Peter and some of the portions, the Mamertine prison, the place where Peter and Paul were imprisoned here before their death. Uh, this is an interesting place. This is the Piazza del Campidoglio, designed by Michelangelo. And this design is repeated throughout the Rome temple. I find it so fascinating that this design is used as the design that's iconic for the Rome temple. You'll notice that same design is repeated on some of the euro coins that are circulated throughout Europe. This is the temple area in the illustration, and our visit to the Rome temple is one of the highlights of the tour. We have an opportunity for those who are able to do a session in the Rome temple, but this is one of the most beautiful buildings the church has ever built. And of course, the dedication of it attended by the First Presidency and Quorum of the 12 all together. The Visitor Center is just remarkable with the statue of the Christus and all of the other apostles that were done by Thorvaldsen. Just so remarkable. And of course, includes Paul on this end on the right, uh, rather than having a statue of Judas. Just these are so wonderful. The mural that's there in the visitor center. Interestingly enough, they have the old villa that was on the property when the church purchased it. Uh, that's represented in the visitor center. Of course, the fabulous stained glass and a model of the temple itself, which is just beautiful. This is one of the great tours. I love doing this tour, and this I've repeated it many times. Many people say, don't you get bored doing the same thing? And for me, it's like Christmas, I know what's in the present, and I'm so excited for people to open that present and enjoy and appreciate it like I do. But this is a great experience. I hope you can join me on the Journey of the Apostles 2016 in February of March of next year.
That is awesome, Tim. Thank you so much. I always love seeing your pictures because obviously your talent comes through so significantly on those pictures. You just know the perfect angles, and the fact that Tim is a self uh overshare. I was going to say you are the one who says you are an overshare.
Yeah, I'm a compulsive sharer.
Compulsive share. That's what I was looking for. Now, a couple of questions I just wanted to ask you really quick before we end this. On several of your group pictures, because you have gone many years, like you mentioned, you've seen people, typically you do go the beginning of the year, January, I mean, usually I think February or March. And several people, you see people in jackets, and then you saw people in short sleeves. What can you tell us about the weather and what to expect?
So weather is variable, and that's what we expect. We expect it to be spring-like, and each time I've gone, the weather has been unbelievably cooperative, and I don't know whether it's just blessings from the Lord. The weather would be wonderful no matter what it is, but it's unusually cooperative. I've traveled like this tour in the end of February when it was so warm we were in shirt sleeves most of the time, and we've had times in April when it's been rather cool, and so you're in jackets. So you never know, but we dress for variability and you take things along, and it's always awesome.
Exactly. You know what? Like you say, you roll with the weather, and that's just part of the experience of travel. The other thing that I picked up in several of the group pictures that you mentioned is there has been people who have had some of those really cool walking sticks that have the seats on them.
Mhm.
What can you tell us about the mobility requirements for this tour?
Well, so there's a fair amount of walking, but we've had people that have limitations and have enjoyed the tour thoroughly. A lot of times they will bring those walking sticks with a seat. That makes it handy for when we're talking and there isn't a great place to sit down. That makes it quite comfortable. But we usually have the ability to accommodate people. Although it's an active tour, it's not completely limiting because of mobility issues.
Gotcha. Well, no, thank you for clarifying those because I think those are probably some of the most common questions we get. I think everybody knows that it's going to be an amazing tour and that their testimony is going to grow between the sites that they see and the information that you share. It's just like going to any of the lands of the Bible, just being able to visualize and be there. Um, it just really brings the scriptures to life, and we really hope that you will consider joining us or Tim in February of 2026. That we also have a fall tour typically, so you can visit our website and see all that information. But Tim, thank you for this wonderful presentation. We really appreciate your time and your talents and pictures, and we hope that you'll consider joining Tim on his next trip. So thank you very much for your time, and we hope you have a great day and safe travels.
Thanks, Wendy.